5 equations to hit $100,000 a month as a concrete contractor. I built my own concrete company. We do $2 million a year in total revenue. This is what worked for me. I'm not sure if it's gonna work for you, but hope it helps. Number one, ads. Spend 4% of goal revenue on marketing. If you wanna hit $100,000 a month, plan on spending $4,000 a month. If you're spending between 0 to 2% of your goal revenue on ads, you're going to stay stuck in the same spot. So if you're stuck at $50,000 a month and you're only spending $1,000 a month on ads or less, that's why the business isn't growing. You got to pay to play. And kind of speaking on it is a lot of guys, they stay stuck because they rely heavily on word of mouth. And I've noticed they cap out typically at $30,000, $50,000 a month, and then they never grow past that. They stay stuck for months or even years. It's insane. And so it's all a numbers game. All the most successful companies, they brand, they're marketing. You have to pay to play. You can't just rely on word of mouth because it's just guessing. You're stuck relying on other people. $25 per lead is how much you should be spending. If you're spending more than that, you're gonna lose tons of money. I've tried Angie Leads, Thumbtack, Home Advisor. They're charging $60, $70 a lead. Horrible offer. So $25 per lead, get 10 leads, you get 3 to 5 of them that are actually quality quotes, and then you close one. Those are the key performance indicators or the KPIs. So your CAC or your cost to acquire a customer, you're looking at around $250, $300 of marketing spent to close a job. Our average job right now is $10,000, $12,000. So it's a great offer. Spend $300, close a $10,000 driveway. And then what we do is we just add that cost of marketing onto the quote. That's a big mistake a lot of you contractors make is you're not adding the cost of marketing into the quote. So I'm not actually paying for the marketing. My customers are. So instead of a $10,000 job, we'll charge $10,300. That's how you can grow the business very quickly because now you're not, like the same as you're calculating gravel being part of the job, calculate the marketing. This is how these 7, 8, 9-figure businesses all operate. They know their numbers to a T. Number 2 is the sales. If you're closing more than 30%, raise your prices. We like to be around 20 to 30%. You don't know how many contractors I talk to. They brag that they're closing 80, 90% and then of their sales or their quotes. And then I ask them, it's like, well, how much are you hitting a month? Well, I'm hitting 20,000 a month. I was like, well, no shit, you're the cheap guy. Raise your prices. Because then you get less customers, but you make more profit. And you also get better customers when you raise your prices. So I like to be around 20 to 30% of actual closed quotes. And the average job takes 2 weeks. So if you gave a customer a quote, don't be all bent out that they didn't sign right away. Like on average, and I've tested this for over the past 3.5 years, is 2 weeks. So that's for the sales. We do that all across the board. And then that third equation is the profit margins you want to hit. So we aim for 30 to 50% gross profit, and it's all dependent on how far we're booked out. So if you're 0 to 4 weeks booked out, aim for 30%. If you're 4 to 8 weeks booked out, aim for 40%. If you're 8 weeks booked out or more, aim for 50%. So it's on a sliding scale. Because if you're desperate for work, there's no point trying to aim for 50% gross profit because most likely you won't land the job because you're at a very high price and now you have no cash flow. Because there's times your back's up against the wall, like you just need money, you just need to pay the bills, you just need to get the guys work. So the way we calculate gross profit is it's labor plus materials multiplied by 1.43. That's the equation. So labor is the direct labor you're paying for finishers, form setters, demo, like that's labor, then all the materials. Gas, a lot of guys, they add gas into it, like gas, your phone bill, that's not quite materials. Like materials are gravel, concrete, pump, forms, those are materials. Or even if you have to rent a skid steer, excavator. So it's labor plus materials multiplied by 1.43. That's always the bare minimum you charge on a job because that's 30% gross profit. If you're any less than that, there's no point doing the job because you're gonna lose money. Because although that's 30% gross profit, there's another type of profit, which is net profit, which is more important. We aim for 15, 20% net profit. Net profit is after your salary, after taxes, after reinvesting into the business, after marketing, overhead, insurance, maintenance, after everything. That's how much you actually take home for the business. And so like the big part too is also include your salary. So many contractors, they don't include that. So their numbers are skewed of how much they're actually profiting. I pay myself $1,000 a week, even now as big as we are now, I just pay myself $1,000 a week as my salary. That way I can have a good gauge of, after I've paid myself, how much is still left in the business. So many guys mix up the business money with personal, like they're using the business card to pay, like they're swiping it for like going shopping and shit like that, like going out to eat. It's like, no, you have to separate the two. The fourth equation is the revenue per employee. You want to aim for $200,000 of revenue per guy. So if it's you as the owner operator, because you're still in the field, setting the forms, finishing with the guys, picking up materials, hauling equipment, you're still basically an employee, you're an owner operator. If it's you and you have 4 guys, you should do $1 million in revenue. That's how you know if the business is profitable. So many guys, they say they have, I have a crew of 8, and they're only doing $1 million a year. Like, well, you're not making any profit. Like, I can do the numbers. You're losing way too much money on labor, which is always going to be the biggest expense, is the workers. So you have to be very efficient. Bare minimum, $150,000 of revenue per employee. Fifth equation to hit $100,000 a month as a concrete contractor is how much every finisher should be finishing. $250 a square foot, that's for normal flat work, cutting joints, broom finish. That's the equation we like to use to gauge whether someone's getting paid the full day rate finisher, $350, $400 a day where I'm located. Every state is different, but for a full-fledged finisher, that's how much they should be able to finish to a T. So hope this is helpful for you guys. It's the gross profit margins, how much to spend on ads, it's the closing ratio, how much every finisher should finish, revenue per employee. These are numbers I wish I knew when I started my business. I did a lot of guessing. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars not knowing what my numbers should be. And it was a nightmare. I hope you guys don't go through that same issue. It's horrible. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, DM me on Instagram. Catch you guys on the next video.